Okay. I was just talking about macro photography. This video deserves its own specific video, and it's not specifically about macro photography. Right now, I have a single illumination source for. I'm just taking a picture of this circuit board. And right now, I'm at f18. 2/52, f18. Okay, brilliant. Single point light source. I actually have definition and shadow detail from the little resistors that are on there. Whatever you take a picture of in macro, it doesn't matter. The same thing, whoops, there we go. Same thing applies, I forgot this thing was cockeyed like that. The same thing in portraiture also applies to macro photography in every aspect of your photography. And that is that the serious mistake people keep making is that they'll bring the light, they'll evenly expose it with illumination, and they'll properly expose it. It's like, well, that's all good. It's in focus, it's illuminated, and you didn't overexpose it, you didn't blow the highlights. Well, that's great. It's got no definition. Why would I be using the single point macro fiber optic, which is my invention, by the way, instead of this ring light? It's the same reason why I see people with multiple studio strobes taking a picture of one. Wow, she's got no definition at all. If you actually look at your most favorite photographs, whether they be model shots, portrait, they've got definition in one form or the other. The serious mistake people make is having light and controlling light. And this is what separates out amateur and advanced amateur photography from professional photography. You could have all the lighting tools in the world, like I kind of do, and you could blast the piss out of everything with light. Like I was doing with these mini resistors on this board. If I just used this ring light, what would happen? I'd have no definition, no shadow to show the depth, how far. I mean, we're talking less than a millimeter. By using this single point light source, I'm able to give shadow definition to the little funky crap that's on this circuit board that I was taking a macro shot of. And all of that applies to a model space, all of it applies to anything you take pictures of. You can blast the piss out of something with light, but it's got no character. What you've done is you've taken the three primary elements of photography, which is the diffuse, or the midtones, the shadow, and the specular, or the highlights, and you've taken all three of them and you've thrown them into a bowl and you stuck it on blend. It's like, oh great, it's all one damn mush now. It's like an old person that doesn't have any teeth. You just mush the hell out of it. It's like, whoop, there it is. Serious mistake. If that is what the composition calls for, and that is what you have in your mind to think that the picture is going to be best, who am I to say that you shouldn't blast the hell out of something with light? But it is the case, and compositionally and aesthetically, that if you're going to blast the hell out of something with light, studio strobe, speed lights, macro photography, portraiture, a person's face, a baby's hands, whatever the hell it is, no. Serious mistake people make. Serious. This is why if you don't have, you can't, you're shooting an eagle 500 yards away. You got no choice. But you'd rather shoot, a professional would rather shoot the eagle early morning, late evening, right? You can do selective editing on the illumination and the darkening in the image in Lightroom, obviously so. But, the shot of that eagle at 12 noon, it's like, well, it's a majestic eagle, but the picture looks like crap. That's why you want to shoot the eagle, if you can, early morning, late evening, because Mother Nature is in control of the lighting. This is the same thing, whether it's portraiture or macro photography, where you want control. You want control over the lighting. And if you take the diffuse, the specular, the shadow, and you blend them all together, and you've got no definition to a person's face or this little circuit board, then you've just, you're processing. You're making it a perfect exposure with a perfect illumination. Well, it's not perfect illumination aesthetically. It's technically perfect with illumination, but what is technically perfect is not aesthetically perfect. Last I recall, photography is an art form. It's 50% science and 50% art. There's probably more than one than the other, obviously. It's or like 70% art and 30% science. It depends on where you're at. Once you actually know all this technical crap, then you forget about it and you concentrate on the composition. But the point is, don't blast the crap with light, because those pictures, while perfectly exposed, perfectly focused, perfectly illuminated, they look like crap. You could take the most gorgeous woman in the world, it's like, yeah, she's pretty. Next. It's like, well, that's a nice picture. You know, you can make a picture shine, or you can just dump a bunch of light on it, just like, it's like, well, great. It's perfectly illuminated. Yeah, but it's not a great picture. Why? She's gorgeous. Yeah, she is gorgeous, but no. No. Think about that. That's a serious mistake in photography. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye. You know I'm right, too. You can't deny it. Don't deny it, because it's impossible.